welcome back to my channel. This is Nurse Akosia, and today we are going to talk about how I passed the Nclex in 77 questions as a foreign educated nurse. So then let's get started. All right, so when it comes to the Nclex, it is a big deal. So the Nclex is more like you've prepared your effort, and then you have the bright light as in your career as a nurse, as an RN. And there's a bridge in the middle, and you will have to cross that bridge. But crossing that bridge is not an easy task. So that is how the Nclex is. It is between your effort and then your future, your career. It's actually there for you to cross. And without crossing it successfully, you will not be able to practice. You will not be able to live your dream of being a registered nurse in the United States. Just a little bit information about international nurses here with the Nclex. When you go to the NCSBN website and you check the pass rate for international nurses, it is 42%. Yes, it is very low. It is very low, and sometimes I do understand the pass rate. We are affected by a lot of things. You know, international nurses come here, and they sometimes when they come with their families, some of them are unable to concentrate on their studies to prepare for the Nclex. Some also underestimate the Nclex because it's MCQs only, and some also the studies, you know, the kind of information that you're supposed to know before you take the Nclex, it's a lot different from, especially where I'm coming from Ghana. I made a printable your guide to passing the Nclex, and when you click on the link below to my website, you can get a copy and you can print it for yourself. It is free actually, and it's just a summary of what I did, my study plan, everything that I did to pass the Nclex. I'm going to talk about the months that I used to study, the time every day, as in the hours that I use in studying, and also my situation. I was working full time. Yes, so I was working from 8:30 to 5 p.m. on the weekdays, and also how I planned, how dedicated you have to be, and then also the study plan that you have. You will see that I have what to do. You will have to dream, decide, you dedicate yourself, and then you plan, and then you have the plan should have a study guide, and then you should have a notebook. And then you should have your Q banks. The Q banks, you can purchase some. Some also have some free trials. We have Nurse Achieve that has a 30-day free trial. And then I have Know Your Content. The number one key to passing the Nclex is knowing your content. You can do all the Q banks in the world, and most of these Q banks are nowhere close to the Nclex, but then it does help you to prepare. It does help you with a critical thinking, and it does help you with how to answer a multiple choice question. The multiple choice questions in the Nclex is not a regular multiple choice questions that we're used to back in my country, for example. With the Nclex, the multiple choice question is when you see the answers, they are all correct. But out of the whole correct answers, you have to choose the most correct answer out of that. And that comes from knowing your content. So here's what I did. I listed all the body system. So when you go to Nurse Achieve, that's where I started from. They have a 30-day free trial. I don't know if it is free if you are accessing it from your home country, but I know that it is free in the United States. You can try for yourself with your location to check if it is free for every location. I listed all the body system and the various conditions. I had a little notebook, and then I listed them all using Nurse Achieve. They have all the systems listed down there, and then I listed all the conditions. And then I started my studies from unknown to known. I started studying the ones that I have no idea about, because there are some conditions that you would not know based on your location. You know, the diseases that are common in your location, and then the ones that are also common in another location. And then I split my time into twos, that is 2 hours. So I use 2 hours for videos or audios. I use 2 hours for Q banks, and then I use 2 hours for reviewing the rationales or for reading. So that is equal to a 6 hour study plan on a daily basis. So every day I go to work at 8:30 and then I close at 5 p.m. Thankfully, one good thing about the pandemic, I was working from home. So when I close, I'm still in my room. And then I take a nap for like an hour. And then when I'm done, I get up and I go through some Q banks. I do 20 to 30 questions at a time. I go through that for a period of an hour or two. Then I had a study buddy. Get a study buddy. If you are good in a group discussion where there are like 4 or 5 people, that's okay. But I am good with a one-on-one basis. So if I have a study buddy, it's just a one-person study buddy, and that's it. And it helps me a lot. That is what I did starting from nursing school and up till now, and it has helped me a lot. So you can try to use that, or you can try to have a group of 4 or 5 or more, whichever works best for you. But get a study buddy, okay? So I go through I go through SAUNDERS with my study buddy on topics that we have no idea about. Then we move to what we do have an idea about. And then you have to pick one day out of your week to rest. You have to rest your brain. Don't overstudy. Do not stress yourself too much. You don't have to know everything for the Nclex, trust me. And the day that I picked was a Sunday. Sunday is supposed to be a family time, so I have to sleep. Yeah. But sometimes on Sundays when I feel like, oh, I didn't study much in the week, then I do like 30 questions maximum, and that's it. And then also you have to make sure with a Q bank, your scores are over 50%. And sometimes you might get 40% and 30%. Just relax. As time goes on, you'll be picking up, because when I started with Nurse Achieve, I was like, girl, are you a nurse? Like, I had no idea. I was getting so many wrongs and I was so scared to take the Nclex. It made me so scared. And then also you have to understand every rationale you read in the Q bank. What helped me a lot with the rationale is UWord with their rationales is the best. You can learn a whole lot from that Q bank, because reading the rationales is just like studying for content. And then you start with 40 to 75 questions a day. That's what I said before. Do not overstress yourself. Initially, when I started with the 75 questions a day, I was getting a whole lot of wrong answers. So I decided to split it into 30s or 20s, and then I was doing better, because sometimes the mind gets tired and you have to rest. So I started with a 40 to 75 questions a day. I do 20s or 30s at the time, but at the end of the day, I make sure that I do at least 40 in a day. And then a week to my Nclex, I took a vacation, so just to prepare for the Nclex. And with that week, I did 75 to 100 questions a day. When I heard people doing 100 and 150 questions a day, I was like, wow, I can do that. But I got there, and I don't even know how I did it, but I was doing 75 to 100 questions a day. So you can do it. And then also study the topics that you already know as a refresher. It doesn't matter if you were on a unit where every day you had to do this procedure over and over and over. Go read it over, watch videos or whatever you want to do. Just get the information again as a refresher, okay? And then also believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that you're going to be an RN. When you believe, it helps you a lot. And there's one thing that I want to say with regards to the studying. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I was actually scared of the Nclex itself. And even I started studying like 5 months to my date. When I was scheduling my date, I was so nervous. I was shaking. Like it felt like I'm gonna write the exam just tomorrow, but it wasn't like that. So I started studying 5 months to the date. However, it wasn't really too much. I just read something that I can read, and then that's it. And when I scheduled like 3 months. So if you're gonna study, I would advise you to schedule your date at least 3 months from the date that you start studying. And when I scheduled the date, that is when I became serious about studying. Okay, and when I started studying, I started with my study buddy, and as I said, I split my time into twos, and I was working from home, so the stress was minimal, and I was able to do a lot of things. And also, I was working on a computer, so when work is not too busy, I just go to Google, I go to the Q banks that I have registered for, log in, and then try some questions. And it was helping me. Sometimes I'm able to do 20 to 30 questions within that whole 8 hour um, time that I was working. And it is good for me because if I'm able to do 30 questions at that time, when I close, I have like 40 questions to complete. That was it. I wasn't doing too many questions. So I am not trying to scare you, but if you do not feel overwhelmed by the studies, you're not ready. You are not ready if you're not overwhelmed. I thought it was a joke until I felt overwhelmed. I was like, what is going to happen with all these studies? I have never studied this much in my life. My sister heard I was studying and she was like, what? I've never seen this girl studying before. Yes. And I am not, to assure you, I am not a straight A student. I am not going to lie about that. I am not a straight A student. People who know me personally know that I am not a straight A student. And I passed the NCLEX at 77 questions first try. So if I'm able to do it, you also can do it. So I'm just here to encourage you that no matter what, the percentage is 42%. Get a copy of my guide. You can use it and it can help you plan your studies, get your study buddy, and dedicate yourself. You should be good to go. And then there's also one point that I want to make when it came to the lab values and also the pharmacology. That is a whole lot of numbers and names in your head. So what I did, what helped me is I had a sticky note. So when I take the sticky note, I write one lab value on it and then I paste it somewhere in the house. The places that I go to, I use frequently. So I paste it all around my bedroom. I paste it in the kitchen. I pasted it in the breakfast table, everywhere. I pasted it all around. And also with the pharmacology, names of medications and then their side effects, I simplified it. So these are the resources that I use. I have a video on the resources that I use, and you can click on that to find out more information on the resources that I use. And those resources help me. Listen to yourself, listen to your body, what your body says to you. Do not listen to people and they're like, use one resource or two resources or three resources. I used what can help me. And actually, it did help me. So find the best study plan for yourself and prepare yourself, dedicate yourself, find a study buddy, and you will be able to pass the NCLEX. The NCLEX, I will not be able to tell you if it's hard or if it's not hard. The questions are computer adaptive test. They're like, it means that when you start, they start from medium. They have the medium, they have the low, and then they have the hard. They start with the medium. When you get it wrong, they give you a low. When you get it correct, they take you back to medium. When you get it correct, they take you to hard. And then when you get the hard correct, they keep giving you hard, hard, hard. But they score you based on the number of lows that you get wrong because the NCLEX actually looks at the things that everybody knows that you're getting wrong. So if everybody knows this and you're getting it wrong, then it means you're not ready. Okay. So just remain calm. Yes. Anxiety, a little bit of anxiety is really, really good. And a day to my exam, a day to my scheduled date, I did not do any Q banks. I did not do any questions. I only took the notes that I wrote down from watching videos and reading. And then I went through them. I went through the sticky notes that I had all over my room in the house. And then I went through the pharmacology. And then I was good. The day that I was supposed to write it, my time was 1:30 p.m. The whole of the morning, I read nothing. When I got to the center, I didn't read anything. And then they just prepared me and sat me down at my desk. And then I took the Nclex, and at 77 questions, it cut off. And trust me, it was scary. I was shaking. But then I came home. I tried the trick. The trick actually it works from what I've heard. I tried a trick and it was good. And then I checked the board of nursing 2 days, 48 hours later, and my name was there with my license. You can do it. If I did it, you can also do it. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can comment down below, and also you can contact me through email, through my website. Contact me, and I will be glad to assist you with whatever information that you need in passing the Nclex. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and to my subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and have a great day. Bye.